we going to move on to the main headline of the night. Okay, Tom. So let's set it up. I want you to start by telling me about how it went down with you on Dean Withers' podcast. For those of you guys that don't know Dean Withers, actually need Enzo, you got the clip of him? I'm gonna find it of him about the anxiety pen thing. But
Oh
go
my God,
ahead
I'll
and
find it.
give us some background, Tom, and then I'll play to show everyone he is with the anxiety pen thing. That's where most people know him from.
Fair enough. So Dean Withers, of course, is a left-wing political commentator that does a lot of TikTok lives, and he's been pushing this agenda to talk to a lot of people on the opposite side of the aisle, which, that commendable as it is, I think that what I came in with the mindset of when I tried to talk to Dean Withers was we could find common ground. I am not the most gung-ho mega supporter that you'll ever find. I don't think Trump is God. I don't think that, I think he's made mistakes, and then I'll call him out for that. But at the end of the day, I feel like if we can't have positive discourse and, people state their opinions and have feelings about how they want this country to be ran, I think that we have to communicate that with each other. And that was my plan that day. Unfortunately, Dean Withers decided to take that in a completely different direction. The conversation started off talking about the big beautiful bill, and his opinions on it were that Trump lied about the big beautiful bill. In the political standpoint of that, I disagree with him. I brought up a counterpoint that, we've confirmed that there were unelected officials that were sticking their hands into the bill. Things were changed without, congressional approval. There's proof of it. If you look into there's for the tax stamps on firearms, there was a section in there in which it was going to wrap all tax stamps under one tax stamp for a specific firearm. So if you got like an SBR suppressor, yada yada yada, thrown together, you wouldn't be doing more than one tax stamp. It would be co-locating it to one federal tax on that firearm. That whole section got deleted by a secretary that no one elected. They worked at, with someone who's got lobbyists or, whatever their agenda was. And I was trying to push the notion that, hey, Dean, instead of sitting here and say, oh, this is all Trump's fault, Trump's a liar on specific topics, can't we discuss that it's not a good thing that we have unelected officials touching a bill? And we did come to some sort of an agreement. But he couldn't really give me an answer to that. And he did say he wanted to go back and talk about it. We never did. But then the conversation switched to him bringing up a radio talk show with Trump talking about the pageants that he had owned.
Wait,
USA.
stop.
Sorry.
Stop. Okay, because I want to show the clip of who he is, and then
Okay.
you can continue on, and then
Yep.
you can get backstory. Just because a lot of our chat may not know who he is. Guys, we have over almost 200 people on the line right now. I need everybody to hit the like button. If you guys are liking that we have this exclusive with Tom, he's a nice guy. Please hit the like button so his story can get put out there. I'm gonna play the clip so y'all know who Dean is. Thank you, Enzo.
Sorry that I have anxiety. Okay, and honestly, yeah, it is kind of the fault of people like you that want to come up here and bully and berate me over something that I don't do. Okay, so cut the shit. It's not a vape. All right, it's an anxiety pin, and God, the amount of times that I've asked you to respect me and respect my anxiety pin is, at this point, getting ridiculous, Cody. So please,
Justified crash out?
For the final and for the billionth time, will you please just respect the fact that it's not a vape and that it's an anxiety pin?
It's a goddamn anxiety pen.
Get it right.
What flavor is your vape?
Yo, you really got me.
Get the fuck. Just
in for this.
Get the fuck out.
Get him out. I hate women.
Okay, get out. You get out too. You fucking weirdo. What, dude?
What?
Do you vape? Parker, do you vape?
No, it's a damn fucking anxiety pen. Okay.
What the fuck, dude? What? Okay, Joe, you suck. Okay, we're gonna go to move on to the next guest.
But guys, shout out to Claire Patriot. Thank you so much for all your support, Claire. Claire is a friend of my show. She's a really big MAGA content creator, and she was the one that introduced me to Tom. So thank you, Claire. Guys, thank you, Jesus, for this comedy. Lord Jesus, only you can give me comedy like this. Kamal, I know you've never seen this person. Now you know who he is. What's your thoughts before Tom continues his experience?
I mean, shit, we found the lost member of Blink 182. Shit. You look like one of the motherfuckers.
No, don't ruin Blink for me.
I mean, shit, if he crashing out over an anxiety pen, I would hate to see what some real adversity would do to his ass. God damn. Bro is losing his mind. This is an anxiety pen, not a vape. I'm like,
I'll
Yeah.
say this though, as a person who hosts like lives on TikTok,
It's overwhelming. I know.
talking talking to
You
people
broke up.
like
Oh, sorry.
especially when you have sorry. Talking to people. Oh,
Uh-oh. Skeptic, you keep going in and out. What's going on? Because I want you to speak on it because I know you're the last lone Democrat on the line now.
oh, can you guys
Uh-oh.
hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you're good now.
I was just gonna say, like, when you have like you deal with people, that many people for a long time, like I've done it
Mhm.
before. And here recently I've taken a break for like the next couple weeks. I'm still because I have to get my schedule going. But it can get a little overwhelming, especially when you deal with like people that are very ignorant for a lot of hours. You will lose your and I can take a lot of stress, but sometimes I have to take you have to have a team of people that can like take over and you take a break and then like come back because there are some dumb people out there and having to speak to them sucks.
Yeah, and then you become a target, especially on you and Queso's live. And I also think Enzo has target. You guys are targets at that point, so I get that. But I mean, bro, like that was. I'm sorry, Skeptic. That was pure comedy. Like because Tom's gonna finish telling his story. So go ahead, Tom. We set it up for you. We had our giggles. I needed to show the chat who this person is. Continue now.
It sets a good precedence to what I'm about to tell you guys.
Right.
So after we had discussed the big beautiful bill, we had gotten to the discussion about a Howard Stern radio interview involving Trump talking about the pageants. And this is why I bring up like the deontology kind of aspect of it, because I was going from the aspect of, yes, pageants to me are gross. I think pageants are gross. I think that they objectify women. I think that, especially when it's kids, men and women, I just don't agree with pageants. I think that they're weird in the first place. And I did say that during this live.
Mm-hmm.
But what led us down a really weird path and what caused the commotion and the issue I have with what happened that day was that Dean asked me as a father, would I allow a 65-year-old man look at my child while they were naked? First off, you don't ask a dad that. That's you would only ever ask that question if you were sitting behind a screen. I don't think that that's a fair, statement to make. Second of all, I made it absolutely clear when I told him I would not allow that to happen. I actually stated it multiple times. He then rewords the question to saying, would I allow a 65-year-old man, or would I consent to a 65-year-old man looking at my child while naked without my child's consent? And then that is when I state, my child does not get a choice in that matter whatsoever. I would not allow it. And this is when he mutes me. And this is part of the disingenuous parts of his debates, is that I didn't even get to continue to what I was saying. But the point I'm making is that kids don't get to make that decision. It's illegal for me to sit here and tell them, yeah, I'm going to let someone do that to my kid in the first place. That's against the law. I feel like those bases and grounds are already established, and I shouldn't have to tell another adult that. So when I say I'm not going to allow it, that means that I'm not for that. I've already established that I think pageants are gross. I already think that, the whole situation is, I don't agree with it. I don't think that Trump even owned those pageants. But Dean then proceeded to mute me, go to his chat, tell him to use facial recognition software to find out who I am, where I live, so they could call CPS and take my kids away. Just because I said I'm not going to allow that to happen.
I have the clip here, Tom. Let me play it real quick, and then you can continue on. Guys, if you're watching, please hit the like button. Support Tom and his story, so we can get his story about what happened out here. Here we go. This is the clip.
To send my kid in is no different than a baby commercial for diapers.
Can you answer my question? Do you think that you have the right to consent to 65-year-old men looking at your son while he's naked?
I wouldn't allow it.
Do you think that you have the right? Do you think that you have the right to allow it? Do you think if you did allow it, that you would be violating the consent of your child?
They have no choice in the matter whatsoever. It's my decision as the parent, and I wouldn't put my kid in that situation. That's why I think pageants are weird in the first place. I would never.
Amen. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I think that you don't deserve to have any custodial rights over your child. So for those watching, their handle is goatman91096. It's gonna be their handle. If there happens to be anybody in here that's good at has like facial recognition software, or
you can find me. It's fine. Nothing I said was wrong.
Okay,
I just said that the kid doesn't get to make the decision.
What's your name?
I would never put them in that situation.
Okay, what's your name?
And why are you trying to dox people, dude? That's weird.
Because I want to find who you are so I could call CPS and have them take your child away from you.
Oh, I'm sure you would like to try to do that.
Yes, I would. So
they would never even do it. That's the best part.
Okay.
Because I would take the part, and I have a witness sitting here who's heard me say I would never put my child in that situation.
Okay. So what's your name?
So don't worry. Move the goalpost too, by the way.
So you said that you think that parents have every right to exploit and traffic their children. So
no, that's not what I said.
So I'm not going to debate it with you. That is what you said. So I just putting this out there for anybody.
Can I punch him in the face?
Take his profile picture.
Like Dean Withers. If somebody needs to take me to where he lives so I can punch this man in the face.
First image search. Maybe it will link back to like a Facebook.
I know where he lives.
Thank you. We're going. We're riding dog, bro.
I don't want to put out where he lives out here, because if this idiot finds this, I don't want to give him anything to come in after us now, because he's this kind. He has this kind of demon energy that I don't want to attract into my. So let's not put where he lives out there. But
I wasn't gonna do that. No.
Yeah. But you get what I'm saying, Enzo. This is like a demon right here. He's very demonic, and I don't want that energy. I just want Tom to tell his story. Tom, with that being said, did CPS ever come to your house?
Thank God I was in the military for several years. You're not going to find where I live, even if you wanted to. I've been very good about keeping my life private, unless you're an official capacity and you broke laws to figure out where I live. Then you could do that. But in an official capacity, no. CPS. I've already contacted my local authorities, informed them of the situation, that what had happened. Of course, you can even go online, the Destiny subreddit, Asmongold subreddit. There's a lot of people who have been talking about the situation, but there are people who are like, I work in CPS, or I'm a mandatory reporter, and they're like, that's not viable information. So CPS is never going to take the call in the first place. But the issue is, at the end of the day, is that he's telling his audience to find out where I live, who I am, and try to find me. And I'm sorry, but there are just weirdos out there. I have a family I have to take care of. I have people I'm responsible for. And I don't think anybody, because of their political opinions, needs to be put in a situation of where they have to stay up at night and worry about who's the weirdo walking out down the street. It's not fair. It's not. It really isn't. And at the end of the day, there are consequences for our actions. And, a lot of people have told me like, oh, he's a grifter, he's this, you should expect that when you talk to him. But no one should be expecting for what your political commentation has, or opinion, should have to affect your real life, especially on the internet. I don't think that's reasonable. I think that everybody who could come on here, I'm sure, Skeptic and I could have very, different opinions on legal or political, situations. But I'm never going to go to her house or do this to her or make her feel fearful for her family. I don't think that's right. Because at the end of the day, we're all human beings and we're all going to have our own opinions. And again, I stand by, I did not say anything wrong. I am responsible for my kids. My kids do not get to, kids do not have the right to consent to those situations, and I'm not going to allow it.
Okay, skeptic. Sorry, gonna have to put you on the hot seat. What you think about this? You okay with your Dems doing this? Because let me tell you, there was somebody that used to be a part of our cast. Mia can tell you, and this is the same energy that they were on. They were a Democrat as well. Skeptic, I don't get these vibes on your live with cast, so I'll give you this. But this
Yeah,
is
we
what
don't.
they like to do. They
But
like to
I have
dox people.
Republicans do the same thing. I have Republicans in my DMs all the time, and let me tell you, my husband is a Second Amendment lover. I am very good with that also, on the side of my bed and everywhere. So they're all over our house, in places that we have them secure. We've even bought like special things where you don't know they're there. So come at me, bro. Also, we own our own business. You can do whatever I've told people, go do you, boo, because I'm not that person. I wouldn't put myself out there if I didn't have my affairs in order. So Republicans do it just as bad. I host lives the same way, same exact thing. I've had conservatives, MAGA guys come up there and say that they were okay if somebody owns a beauty pageant, they can walk into the changing room. And we don't advocate for this. In my life, I don't allow for
No,
this
you
type of
don't.
behavior. Yeah,
But
I don't
skeptic,
do
you
this.
don't. But what I'm saying is there was someone, and Mia knows what I'm talking about, that we're a part of our cast. I'm not going to say who. They advocate for this on their live. They literally bring one person up and they jump all over them and they try to dox them and they threaten them with physical violence and they think that's okay. You don't do that. But I'm telling you, I've been in a space and they still do it to this day where that's what they do.
But I will say though, that it happens on both sides, because I know a girl right now that they all know, that got doxxed by MAGA people. So
Mhm.
everyone gets doxxed. Let me give you some advice. If you're going to, and I knew this from the beginning, like my husband's always told me, don't share too much. And I don't have nothing. What are you gonna do? I own myself. I don't work for anyone. Right now I'm
Mhm.
volunteering for something where the lady that I'm working with is my friend. She knows what I do. I'm very open about my life. I don't have nothing to hide. The same, and this is what I've said this before behind closed doors, and I'll say it here. Who I am in public is who I am everywhere. Like my pastors and everyone. I am who I am, So I'm not going to change who I am. But if you are going to put yourself out there in the internet, just know that this is a possibility. Also,
I
I
vehemently disagree with that.
I am
I
with
don't think that's
okay, I'll
fair.
finish this and then you can come back. I do a live with a guy who also he literally owns the whole building where he does his podcast and has a podcasting space. So on my side, I would anyone who ever wants to come in my space or wants to be a part of my thing on TikTok, that's a conversation that we had prior. If you're going to get up here, well, we say some crazy unhinged stuff on TikTok. I don't know if y'all have been on my live. We get
Mhm.
crazy, and we stand on what we say. If I say something, that's what I stand on. You can do whatever you want to do. If you're going to put yourself out there, this is just some advice for anyone who's out on the internet. The possibility exists, whether it's right or wrong. I'm not saying that it should be done, but the possibility is there that people will get your personal information and that they will then try to expose you for whatever it is that they want to expose you. So be who you are and have your affairs in order. That's all I can say.
Okay, what were we going to say, Tom? So sorry, go ahead.
I vehemently disagree with that because at the end of the day, yeah, you can have an internet personality, but that does not invite people to your house. That does not invite
Agree.
people into your life. That's not just because, you've got big Twitch streamers and they're massive people. They don't want people walking to their house. It's no different than a celebrity being like, "Hey, I'm just trying to eat my dinner. No, I'm not signing that autograph. No, I don't want you to, I don't want to, give you a hug right now. I just want to live my life in peace." We can sit here and make the argument like, "Oh, well, they chose that life. You choose to do that." No one chooses to have weirdos show up to their house. No one chooses to have that threat linger in their life. It's the actions of other people that put me in that situation, and that's exactly why I'm taking it into the legal field, because it's not an active choice by me just because I attend a live to open up my entire personal life. That's just not true. I think that sets a really dangerous precedence. I think that, yes, you are correct. I'm sure there are people on the right that do dox people, and I even said in another live, do not dox Dean. Don't go to his house. Do not do what he did to me, because that's not the right thing to do. I don't support it. I think that at the end of the day, you're entitled to your opinions, but we shouldn't be going and attacking each other for it. And unfortunately, there are people who can't, separate reality from what happens on the internet, and they do dangerous things. And I'm sorry if someone's done that to someone of your friends, but they don't deserve it either. They don't deserve to have that fear in their life.
Enzo, you live on these TikToks. What's your thoughts?
So I mean, but when it comes down to Dean and everything like that, it was completely wrong what he did at the end of the day. And this is very rich coming from somebody who never even voted in the last election. How do I know this? Sarah Fields on Twitter, Sarah Confidential, she posted something about him not voting. I looked up his entire information. I found out it's really easy to find out all his info. His voter registration is not even active. So I mean, for him to do these lives, I think it's pretty crazy. And it's crazy to me too. Dean, on his lives is a completely different person than him off his lives. He's not the same person. For everybody that follows my TikTok, RNC Enzo, there's a 40-minute video of me debating Dean on my panel. Go watch that and then go watch one of his lives. They're not even the same person. The most respectful, the nicest person, not screaming in the mic, nothing like that. Nicest kid when he's off. It's a performance at the end of the day, what he does. Like I said, he didn't even vote. I believe he doesn't even believe in the shit that he talks about. He does it for money, and that's what I get off of him. When it comes down to doxing people, it's unfortunate. It's stupid. I just had a situation yesterday where I had to make a report on somebody for trying to expose me and get information out of me. Or everybody who knows the beef and everything that I've had in the last couple months, it has to do with certain people. Yeah, people just want to come online and try to destroy you because they don't agree with you in any which way, or it's ridiculous to me. On Saturday night, somebody that I was close to tried to use my personal information against me on a live and try to dox me with all that, and I had to take it into my own hands yesterday. So it's not like I'm not going to sit here and say, well, this is what I signed up for. No, this is not what I signed up for. Your online presence shouldn't warrant things outside of this. Like Skeptic said too, I'm the same exact person that I am on my lives outside. But that doesn't warrant somebody, just because you don't like my beliefs or like what I have to say, for you to do something outside of TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is. You don't like that person, you don't like that person. Don't interact. Leave it at that. Don't go out of your way and tell your audience to dox somebody, or you go dox somebody, because at the end of the day, you're going to get it 10 times worse for you. Like, the penalty for doxing somebody, I'm pretty sure it's a felony at the end of the day.
It is.
Like,
Yep.
you're going to screw yourself over. Like, just think. People need to think before they do things. And God forbid something happens when they get doxed. Like they make a crazy call about something happening in your home or whatever, and the cops come in there, guns blaring, and something happens to one of the people in the home. That's going to fall on you. Like, think, people. Like, it's not that serious online.
Kamal, I think you've been doing this the longest out of all of us. What is your thoughts? Or do you think it's okay to dox people? Do you think this is what we signed up for? What do you think?
Hell no, it ain't okay to dox, SWAT, whatever the hell you want to call that shit. No, it ain't okay. Man, people got killed over that shit. Seriously, I don't have stories that I talked about where they dox some people, and the cops actually went to the wrong address and killed somebody. You feel what I'm saying? And to Tom, appreciate you for coming on, bro. You know what I mean?
Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, when he start talking that P-foul shit, man, my antennas went up and was like, bro, this nigga's weird, man. He talking P-foul stuff with your kid, bro. Like, that's weird. Why are you? And that be my problem with the shit. Is like, why are y'all trying to bring all this sexuality type of bullshit when it comes to the kids? That was a sexual driven conversation towards a kid. Talk about if a 65-year-old man come in and watching your son naked, would you give him consent? What the fuck you talking about, bruh? God damn, you must be losing some brain cells. That's fucking stupid. No parent in a right mind, their uncle, auntie, cousins, nobody in their right mind would be like, yeah, I'll give my consent to have a 65-year-old man watch him get naked, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck are you talking about with a kid having consent with this old motherfucker watching your kid get naked and shit? That's just a weird ass question, bro. Was saying, you feel me? And it just gets into that foul shit, bro. I don't like that, man. And then the doxing thing is like, no, nobody should get doxed. Does it happen? Yeah, it's like the same thing. Like nobody should get robbed. You feel me? Nobody should get raped. Nobody should get murdered. We know it happens, but it shouldn't happen. You feel me? It's the same with doxing. Nah, man, people get killed over this shit. Literally, I done talked about stories a couple years ago about somebody doxing somebody else, and like I said, going to wrong addresses, going to the right people address, people getting shot. You feel me? Like,
I'm actually glad you brought that up, because this is another piece of that, and that's a huge point, is that for a long time, and I think they still are, pushing that my name is Nicholas. And there's like a Nicholas Fonville or something like that. There is some poor man out there whose name is Nicholas Fonville, who's probably, I don't know. I don't know who this person is, but he even tried to, he said it in the live that he's trying to push it, and he's like, oh, your name's Nicholas. This is you. He's trying to figure out who I am. And you're 100% right, because now I'm sitting here like, did my actions, or well, his actions, did our actions put another man who could be a father at risk? Like that's the reality of this, is that he did not think about his actions and what he did that day, because it wasn't even correct in the first place. And two, you are right. People are put in danger because of this. And I've said to other people, I'm like, is the reality of somebody coming to my house, doing something to me, is it high? No. But that's because I've put steps in my life to prevent that to happen. Not everybody does that. And there is probably some poor soul out there who's getting hate mail, who's getting messages, who may have people showing up to his house because they can't even get the right name. And that, what is the society are we saying when we allow this to happen? Like, how is that justice? How is that fair? And I pray for that man. I pray that, I hope nothing's happening to him. And I hope that, there aren't psychos out there that ran with this, because it did put that person who isn't even me at risk. So it's someone who he didn't say a word, had nothing to do with it, and doxing is affecting them.
Wow. Well, guys, this was interesting. Now I see why Enzo did not want to bring him on his live. I was like, Enzo, bring him up. Bring him up. Bring him up. No. And also, I was like, Enzo, get him to come on the new party. No, I'm good. I'm really good. I don't need that energy, that bad juju. Like, stay over there to keep that energy over there. But we're going to start with our closing thoughts. Tom, I really appreciate you for coming. Give us your closing thoughts and let us know what you thought about the new party.
Hey, I appreciated you guys bringing me on here. I think this is awesome. I like that when, again, people from opposite sides can have a open and safe discussion. Just one last thing. If you guys do support me, I am taking legal action against Dean Withers. I did create a GoFundMe to do that. If you would be okay, everything helps in this situation, and just spreading the support. You don't even have to give money, but I do think that there are consequences for actions, and I'm going to take this kid down. So if you want to help me out with that, I really appreciate it.
What are they telling you can do to him legally? That was going to be my question, but I got distracted.
I have to be careful what I say on that, but there is
precedent. Okay, don't talk about it then. Can you let everybody know where they can give money at then?
I did create a GoFundMe. I'm going to pull the name of it, because if you do go to my name on here, it's the same thing for my TikTok. The GoFundMe is in my bio, but I also have the name for it here. So we have Stand with Thomas Legal Action for Family Safety. I did set up a goal of $10,000. We've with some amazing people, we've hit $3,498, and we're getting this ball rolling, because whether or not he wants to hide away from this, or he said it was a joke at one point, I think, in one of his apologies, with quote unquote apologies. It's not a joke, and there are consequences for your actions, and I think that something needs to happen.
Yeah. I agree. Go ahead and put the link in the chat, and then I'll put it. I'll pin it. Okay.
Will do.
Skeptic, what's your closing thoughts?
Just usual. I have been taking a little break from TikTok. TikTok is a lot. So, but still, Casso, who and we host lives. We kind of co-host in the morning, and I have been taking it easy. I've got so much stuff going on, but we are trying to transfer over to YouTube. So again, you can follow us on TikTok, The Skeptic, The Funny Debate Club. I also have a YouTube channel, and I always say, don't let anyone trample on your constitutional rights.
Yeah, guys, go follow Skeptic. Check out her content. Since she's switching over. Enzo, what's your closing thoughts?
Oh, first off, Tom, thank you for coming on and telling us everything that happened with Dean. I actually just donated myself to that because that was going to be one of my questions. If you were going to take legal action or anything like that, I would love to see some. Like, I'm fortunate to say, like, I would like to see something happen because shit like this should not happen whatsoever.
Thank you.
When it
I
comes
appreciate
down to, oh no, you're welcome, man, for sure. And I dropped you a follow too on TikTok. But when it comes down to the entire Epstein thing, can we just like please just like let this shit go to bed? Like, this is something that like I said in the beginning should have dropped in 23. Democrats, you're not going to get what you guys want at the end of the day. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it die. Obama. That's something that should have happened long ago. The real info on that should have came out long ago. And I want Obama charged for treason. I want to see Obama arrested because the same way you guys wanted to see Trump arrested just to see him arrested, I want the same energy. I want the same energy. Just put the cuffs on him, take the mugshot, do whatever you guys got to do. Nobody is above the law. If these charges are real, they will find out. They will arrest him. Let it be. That's all I got to say.
That was a lot. My energy is down now. Mia, what's your closing thoughts? Thank you for coming.
So I want to say thank you to Tom. I am so sad that happened to you. I am so just like blown away that Dean would do that, and that I can't. The whole thing is just crazy to me. Nothing that you say online should trickle into real life. Just because somebody says something online on a panel on TikTok does not invite individuals into your home at all whatsoever. It's wrong. And I hope Dean gets charged with whatever to the fullest extent of the law. I hope he ends up in alligator Alcatraz. I think we need a hashtag send Dean to Alcatraz. And we need to get that going on TikTok. Yes, hashtag send Dean to alligator Alcatraz. And we just need to start spamming that everywhere because straight to alligator Alcatraz for him. But I'm on TikTok, so give me a follow. It's Mia, not Maya.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mia.
definitely give
Thank you, Mia.
Mia a
You're
follow.
welcome.
Hey, Tom, they're saying the link doesn't work. Can you check it? Because they tried to go, they said, before we close out. I'm gonna have Kamal give his thoughts while you check the link. Go ahead, Kamal.
All right, first of all, shout out to everybody on the panel. Always enjoy being on here with y'all. You know what I mean? Shout out to the chat. Y'all's funny as hell. Robert D, shut the fuck up, man. God damn. Crying and shit. Man, shut your silly ass up. God damn. Anyway, Tom, I'm sorry that you had to go through that, bruh. You feel me? Getting doxxed. And also, bruh, the lost member of Green Day hitting you with that bullshit talking about would you give your son consent of an old ass motherfucker looking at him naked? I hope you wouldn't. Shit. I'd be questioning your ass if you said, yeah, I would. No. We ain't having none of that P-foul shit. All right? Appreciate you coming up here telling us your story. You feel me? Second of all, Tulsi Gabbard, that shit was putting me to sleep. You know what I mean? But Doc, that was funny. You called her MAGA rogue. That was hilarious. And then the whole Obama thing, is he going to jail? He not going to jail. Come on, let's not be stupid, y'all. Let's not be dumb. You feel me? But yeah, y'all go check out the new party. I got the link pinned to the top of the chat. Also, hit that notification bell so y'all know when they go live. Also, if y'all want to check out my network, Kamal Johnson Network, y'all go over there on YouTube. You feel me? Tap the sub and also hit the notification bell so you know when we go live and shit. You feel me? With that being said, I appreciate y'all, except for goddamn Dean. Like, why is it always those types as the most dangerous? Bro, look like
For
he
real.
K-pop band. He out here diabolical with shit, doxing people and shit, and saying all types of weird combos. God damn. Shit.
Weird.
Hella. You feel me?
Uh,
John, thank you for the compliment too about the jacket. I appreciate you, bro. And everybody
it's
else,
a nice jacket.
I appreciate it. My lady got it colder than a motherfucking North Pole in here. Got the AC blasting all goddamn high and shit. Man, I don't man. Goddamn.
Oh Lord. Well, guys, I want to thank you, Tom, for coming. I really appreciate you for telling your truth and telling your story. That's what the point of the new party is, to allow a voice to all sides, not just the left, not just the right, not just MAGA, not just Biden supporters, not just Kamala supporters. And John sums it up best. People should behave the way y'all behave. Y'all have differences of opinion, but y'all talk about it and don't target each other. That's why I love watching y'all. And as far as doxing, I leave it to Jesus. God will be the protector and the provider for all. If you have evil intentions and whatever you put out there is what you get back, and I'm putting that out there now. He always protects us, and I believe that truth is the protection. Truth and light is the protection in this world. And so, shout out to everybody that wants to unite this country and those that want to divide it. Those that are making money on TikTok, dividing people, selling their shit, talking down on Trump, talking down on whatever, whatever they say. Yours is coming to you, especially if your whole intention is to dox and put out negativity. It's going to come back to you. That's all I'm going to say. Come back here Wednesday night. We'll be talking about the man cave. So shout out to the panel. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys for watching. God bless and good night. Come on.